is David Berry. I'm the technical trainer for BreezePlay, a green technology company. In this video series, I will be teaching you how to properly install our Enviroscape energy management system. Now, upon arrival to the home, a few things you want to go over with the customer, such as touch panel placement. We like to keep it in a high traffic area. I kept mine at the entrance just because every time I come home, I see where I'm at for the day and then move on from there. Now, after going over proper orientation with the customer, first place I usually like to start is with installing the resource meter. So we will take a trip down to my lovely basement and go over the installation. Now, the first part of the installation that I usually like to start with is actually installing a resource meter. This is pretty simply done. Just go ahead and remove your service panel. Mine was just freshly painted to the wall, and this, I won't do that again. Once you have the panel open, you can obviously see our current transformers sitting here on the main phase coming in. Obviously all of this is hot, so I usually, before working in here, remove all jewelry, watches, rings, anything of that nature. The first thing you want to look for is a power source. Luckily, I had one sitting right there, so it's pretty convenient for me. Some of you may not be so fortunate. You may have an outlet behind a washer, or maybe even on the reverse side of the wall. For those of you electricians installing for us, feel free to drop your own outlet. And now, with the service panel removed, you can make sure that you do have an extra breaker location if need be. Sometimes use the piggyback or the double-up breakers if you are out of room. What you'll be running is either two 2-conductor wires or a 4-conductor wire, whatever is available and usually cheap. It needs to be rated for 600 volts. That is the one required piece. Now, as far as the gauge goes, you can run usually 18 gauge, 16 gauge, even 22 will work. What you want to do is find 2 of your conductors. Go ahead and either use the crimp caps or twist caps or beanies, or whatever you happen to have on there. And you want to go ahead and just make sure that the current transformer can be clipped onto the line. These ones are extremely tight. Others are available that will fit loosely around this size wire. So current transformers fit on here just fine, no issues. What we want to do is then hook up our resource meter. We'll start with the 24 volt transformer. Nothing special about it. You can get it at your local ADI, Avid, or sometimes even Radio Shack if you really feel like breaking the budget. This just simply plugs into the wall. Put the little security screw in there if you happen to have one. You'll notice on the Phoenix connector for the resource meter, there are actually 5 inlets for it. We'll only use the top 2 and the bottom 2. The middle one will be left empty. Also, you just have a Phoenix connector with 2 screws for your 24 volt and 24 volt common. Mount both of these pieces. Now, since this is my home, I just had the wire come directly out of the wall. sometimes it's easier, especially if you're already dropping an outlet, to put in a low voltage retro ring, and usually a coax wall plate works well. This will give you enough space to pull your wires out through. Let's go ahead and connect that up. Okay, now that we have the resource meter properly booted up, it's ready to have the current transformers installed. It's a pretty simple process. What you want to do is take one of the current transformers, clip it around one of the main phases coming in. Doesn't matter which one to start. What you're looking for is a green light on the CT. The green will stay solid. That means there aren't in correct starting polarity. What you want to do is take the second current transformer, clip that around the secondary lead. Once you have that green, you will want to go ahead and click that on. Then you'll want to go back to your first, and hopefully you remember the orientation, because it will need to go back in the same way as you had it on the first time. Once that is on, you can go ahead and close up the panel. And now that we have the panel put back together, just close it up, and what we'll want to do is set the resource meter in kind of a broadcast mode. What this does is tells the touch panel upstairs that this device is out on the network and it's ready to be picked up. Done pretty simply. All you'll do is you just take your jeweler screwdriver. There's a little button here on the bottom. Just hit it 4 times pretty quickly. And you'll see the network light go solid. Once that happens, you'll remove power, give it about 10 seconds or so, capacitors to drain out, and plug it back in. Now your resource meter should be recognized by a touch panel, and it's time to move on to the next project.